Two men with thought-provoking intellect, a rousing discussion with a hint of humor. He says this, I say that, with a host that...
Bruh, it's a podcast.
Hi, I would like to welcome you all to our latest episode of Bruh, It's a Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney. We got our two Rough Riders, Q and E, with us. How y'all doing today?
Rough Riders, bro?
Yeah, I was driving and I saw like 18 different like motorcycles being chased by like one police officer down like Main Street. So I was like, hey, that kind of reminds me of the guys.
Wow.
Yo, what happened? I'm in a good mood, gentlemen. I was at Walmart today and I saw toilet paper. Winning.
I was at Walmart today too. I bought an indoor grill and got these turkey hot dogs popping off. So I'm in a good mood too.
Oh, so you had some Q's Franks again.
Oh. You don't forget nothing, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
It's only me that found that fascinating that 18 motorcycles were being chased by one police car.
No, I actually found it fascinating that you called us Rough Riders. Like, this is like 98. And I immediately thought about DMX.
Can I be Eve then?
Wasn't she one of them?
You want to be a woman. Out of everybody to be in the Rough Riders,
Well, she
you want
had
to be
A
Eve.
cups.
And we should probably keep it moving. A cups.
First question.
But last thing I want to say about that, why would 15 motorcycles not split up in different directions if they're being chased by one cop car?
No, I think that was like the joke.
They're strict in
Yeah,
numbers.
I think they were doing it to like piss the police officer off by sticking together.
Yeah, you're going to pull us all over?
Wow.
Good luck. Good luck.
Hilarious.
All right, well, getting into our first question, I wanted to ask you guys about different ways that countries and restaurants and businesses are reopening. I've seen two different things that have been in the news. One, diners reopening with like Mannequins, and then the Korean softball league actually decided to fill their stadium up with sex dolls in order to get their stadiums packed. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I mean, I guess it's both for optics. They just wanted to make it feel full, I guess maybe for television or maybe for a patron walking by the diner. But if I see a diner is full of people, I don't think I want to enter there. I think we're still on social distancing. So I don't think that's the wisest approach to attract consumers.
I'm afraid of mannequins anyway, because I think they're all alive. So that's issue number one for me. As far as diners, I'm not trying to get the coronavirus, man. I got high blood pressure. That mess would take me down. Now, with the sex dolls, those dolls are pretty expensive. I can't imagine filling a whole stadium with them. I mean, depends, because if it's those new ones that they started making that look like people, that's a whole different ball game.
So I guess that was a pun because you said ball game. How much is a sex doll?
Depends. So, like, if you want Puerto Rican, it's like $2,500. If you want,
you and these Puerto Ricans, bro.
If you want the black woman, it's $3,000, and the white women, they are the arm candy of the rich African American men. So those go for $5,000.
How come everything we've done that we've needed research or facts you haven't had, but this is the one topic that you got exact numbers for?
I got answers. I got answers for this one. I got it right here. Q is obviously the customer of the year. He's obviously literally had the white glove treatment when it comes to dolls. Some people like Barbie. Q has other preferences.
I just happened to read an article about this stuff. That's all.
Sure, you read.
That's all it was, man.
For those who can't hear the quotations, he read.
That's all it was, man. Read an article. That's it. I'll send you some pictures, E.
No thanks.
Don't even worry.
No
about
thanks.
It. I got you.
No thanks. Appreciate it. No thanks. No thanks. And this is how you block somebody, gentlemen, ladies. That's how you block somebody. Is there HR for this
got
podcast?
The pictures.
No. Is there HR?
Got the pictures from Courtney anyway.
Don't put my name in this. I'm not a part of this.
What you guys do together has nothing to do with me.
But I tell you, man, people are wilding going back to restaurants. Like, it amazes me that it's like, okay, we got to start making money. We got to open this stuff. And people are like, yeah, let's go. Like, who thinks like that? Why are the beaches packed? What is this?
I'm still not comfortable to go to a restaurant. I'll just make it at home. home. Whatever it is. Whatever I'm craving, I'll just make it at home. If it's not good, dust yourself off and try again. Since we're going back to the 1990s music. We're just going to do what we can because I'm not ready to do
Or
that.
get it to go.
And then you got
right? Or get it to go.
I don't know who's working there. I don't know if
it doesn't matter because the virus can't survive on food. It can only survive on surfaces.
Can it survive on the plastic that they put the food in? Can it survive?
I take a wipe to whatever I bring in the house, bro.
All right. Food tastes better with a sane mind. so we'll see what happens. I'm not going out for a while.
Yeah, I hear you.
So we're thinking that the Korean League, that they've done it properly because you guys didn't have an issue with that. Like y'all thought.
I mean, you're doing what you can to make the stands feel full, I presume, for television. So it looks like the stands are packed. But you can still zoom in on the game, so it's totally irrelevant to me. I don't see the purpose of it. But
yeah, I agree with you. And you know what? They probably manufacture those textiles there anyway because they manufacture everything in Korea. So they're probably getting them for pennies on the dollar anyway.
So when you got yours, where did it ship from?
That's very good. It's very funny.
Okay. All right, fine. Okay. I'm doing the most right now? Okay.
I can't stand you, man.
Something else that's popped up on our mystery platform, there's been a candidate, and we're not talking about Trump, Joe Biden. He was on a radio show. He was talking and, answering questions. And, as he was leaving the interview, he told the host, if you don't know who to decide between myself or Trump, then you ain't black. So that was something that's been in the news and the headways for a bit. That was a quote, too. Like, I paraphrased everything but you and ain't INT black. That was the exact quote.
Well, he has not spoken, so I will say Joe Biden is an idiot, but he's the idiot that we need. Now, what he said is 100% true, but should he say it? No, you can't say that. You have a narrow lead in an election that you have to win, and you start saying this dumb stuff. You got to do better, man. You got to do better. But you know what? Before you say it, Obama covered for this guy's incompetence for 8 years and never let him talk. And we never knew why. We're getting a taste of it now. This is what happens when a 77-year-old is allowed to loosely talk. This is Donald Sterling running for president.
Holy.
First and foremost, every 77-year-old can loosely talk. They have the right. When you reach 72 and above, nobody can tell you nothing. All right? Nobody can tell you nothing. So you speak freely, you should get it off your chest, and you go to sleep at night. What can they tell you? That being said, you are correct. What he said was wrong. It might be offensive to most people, and so forth. But doesn't our current president do the same thing? Says whatever the heck he wants, whether it's politically correct or politically incorrect. He says what he wants. He's brash. He says what he means. And he won the election off of that. So what if Joe is actually using the same strategy, but for him? I might not agree with it, but if that's what won, and apparently that shows that Americans like it, people who keep it real, Joe is saying off his shot. Joe cool. He's doing his thing out there. Now, do I agree with what he said? No. But as you said, he's 77. He sees what's working. Why hold back, bro? Full speed ahead.
You can't say ain't on a black radio station.
What are you supposed to say?
You can't say ain't on a black radio.
What are you supposed to say?
He doesn't say ain't at home.
What does he say?
He doesn't say no, I ain't eating my dinner to his wife.
So you're telling me it would have been politically correct if he said, if you have to choose between me and Trump, or if you don't know who you're choosing between me and Trump, you aren't black. That would have made it okay.
Absolutely.
You would have accepted it.
So out of the entire statement, what you find offensive is ain't.
Exactly. Because see, ain't is something I would say if I was talking to Aunt Jemima or Mrs. Butterworth. Ain't isn't something you say to normal folks. He's thinking of lower level. He's doing that thing where they look at us different.
You're looking at it completely different from I am. I don't think ain't is cultural. I think it's regional. In reference to that, that might be a southern slang to it or something like y'all. Y'all ain't cultural, wherever it's white or black. I've definitely heard both races use it from the South say y'all.
Come on, man.
I think it's regional. I don't think it's cultural.
Other than Eminem, who says ain't? Come on, man.
What?
Apparently, Joe Cool. Apparently, Joe Cool. Apparently, my man Joe Cool says, "Hey, there you go. There you go."
He better win this election. I know that. Because he killing me. Stop saying stupid stuff.
It's gonna be real sad when he does it, and then we look back on this.
In other words,
If he ain't president,
he ain't. Exactly.
then
he ain't gonna win. All right, cool.
Last thing to that, I completely agree with you, though. When you get a certain age, you get leeway to say and do.
Speak free.
Because, I mean, if I make it to 72, I'm touching everybody's butt. That's just what it is.
Where is HR? I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are.
We would have been shut down by now if we had HR. I'll tell you that.
But I will tell you, I speak freely on the reg, and I do wind it back a little bit. Don't let me get 70. Don't let me get 70.
Yeah.
It's going to be on a completely different level.
I would not care anymore.
It's going to be a completely different level. Completely different level.
Don't let me get to the age where I know any day could be the last one for real.
Changes all your decision making at that point.
No limits. No limits.
In other words, he ain't going to care. He ain't gonna care.
That might be one of the best pieces of like television that hasn't been produced yet. Just following around old people and just like listening to the things that they say. Oh, incredible.
Gold.
Getting to the next topic, we have something else that's been in the works, apparently. We've just finished our Michael Jordan documentary, and the next thing that's on the platter, apparently, is the Tom Brady documentary. So they're going to do another 9-part series about him, and it's interesting because he's actually still playing. So I wanted to see what you guys thought about Tom Brady and this documentary and this new plan to kind of just hit us with a bunch of documentaries while we don't have sports.
Are they going to talk about Deflategate? Are they going to talk about that?
I don't know. I'm assuming not because it's him.
Then I'm not interested. Not in the slightest bit.
That's the only thing you want to know?
Yes. I want to talk about how you deflated them, how you got it done. Now that's a documentary. That's what I want. I want to know who he paid off. I want to know what needles they used. I want to know the exact PSI. That's what I want to know.
Wow. The things that interest you really concern me.
Okay. Go play with your dolls. Next.
You knew they had to do a Tom Brady one. If you listen, you had the black goat on for 10 parts. You gotta have a white goat. Goats are supposed to be white. So you gotta have a white goat on. It just makes sense.
But what is he gonna talk about? Tampa Bay? Not that I have anything offensive about Tampa Bay, but
no,
is he gonna talk about his Patriot year?
No, this is different because remember, when it's Jordan, it's how he was really evil and how people didn't like him and how he won, but he was a jerk with a gambling problem. This time, we finally get to see the real story. The white man in Michigan, the low pick in the NFL draft, playing behind a legend, never to get a chance, and then injuries give him a chance to become the greatest white man in history. Touchdown, Tommy Brady, with the Make America Great Again hat and the grin that lights up a room of white women.
Don't forget about Uggs. And clearly, I'm telling you right now, if there's no Deflategate, I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to see it or anything like that. Because we all know he did it.
Hold on, do we not want to know what accent that was that Q was using?
He was using the accent of the old NFL film.
Gotcha. Very good, E. Steve Sable. Very impressive.
Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about anything that you guys just
I know you don't.
Clearly.
I know you don't.
Clearly. That's why you need to do the homework.
You think football, soccer, man. You don't know what's going on.
First off, football is soccer to everyone across the world. That's a subject for another day.
I'm being outnumbered again by the island folks, everybody.
No, by the world.
By the world. Yeah, that's true.
By the world.
I know enough football to know that Tom Brady is the greatest football player of all time. So, you know.
I forgot you were a Patriots fan.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So that being said, did the footballs get deflated?
Look, if you think that Tom Brady had something to do with footballs in an equipment room by Jim and Steve, whatever those guys' names were, like, that's just wishful thinking.
So let's just use this example. When somebody of power wants dirty work to get done, does he not hire Jim and Steve?
Yeah.
That's all I need to hear from you. You just convicted Tom Brady. Thank you, sir. Next question.
No, because that's like saying, like, Tom and Steve were sitting there and Tom Brady's like, hey, Jim, Steve, I got a job for you. I want you to deflate these balls by 0.6 psi and then hide them in the room, because when they deflate over an afternoon, they'll get to the lower level that Andrew Luck won't be able to throw the ball. Yeah, get that done, guys. Bye. And I'm going to text it to you and delete it. That's crazy.
First of all, if you think Tom Brady sounds like that, that's hysterical. We need to watch that documentary. That being said, what Tom does is he gets his boy Courtney to contact Jim and Steve. That's how it works. I think you've done a crime before, Courtney.
Tom Brady's from Tennessee, apparently, according to Courtney's dialect.
I was trying to take a page off of UQ, but it went really left. I don't know whose voice that was.
Guess what, Q? You ain't lying. Don't worry about it.
Oh, shoot.
All right, so we've touched on relationships. I actually wanted to get your thoughts on a new trend that's taking place, virtual dating. So people meeting each other for the first time without meeting each other. It's all over video chats, and dating apps are like changing the ways that they're trying to get everybody introduced, and you meet up and you video chat with people you've never met and try to create a relationship off of that. So you guys think that's going to be an effective method?
That's stupid. Then you're going to meet them. They're going to be 5'1". There's so many things you can cover up on a video chat that you can't cover up in person. For 5 minutes on a video chat, I can look like Don Juan. All of those shortcomings come to light when you meet a person in person. Technology is great and it keeps improving, but there's some things that you can't take that route for, and meeting and getting to know someone is one of them.
So if we're going to be on lockdown for about 4 months, 5, 6 months, how does one actually date somebody? How does one find somebody new or somebody that piques your interest? I think the only way is virtual dating. But this ain't new. I don't know why I acting like this is brand new. If you were dating on a site before, I'm pretty sure you FaceTimed somebody before. So I don't understand how this is a big deal. That being said, you are correct, Q. You can hide a lot of shortcomings on video. For example, if I'm sitting on Zoom, you can't tell I only have 1 foot. It happens. It happens.
For that to be where your mind went is crazy.
It is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. Whenever you do some type of internet dating, you know what? People don't just only lie on virtual chats. People lie in person too. I'm telling you I got money when I'm broke. I tell you I work for the CIA. That's a lie. There's so many things. I say I'm a referee, but it's actually my uniform for Foot Locker. You don't know what I'm doing. People lie all the time.
100% right. And, there's a lot with this one, man, because tell me if you agree with this. What's happening right now is a weirdo's paradise. He can't get out the house to see people. These type of things are becoming a trend, and this guy is in his element. He can tell you anything. You're only going to see his top half. He can say he has money. He can say he has this. He can say he has that. There's so many things that you can get away with now. This time we live in, man, it's very easy to be deceptive. It's very easy to prey on vulnerable people, and a lot of people are vulnerable right now. You can say things and no one's fact checking right now. You know what I mean? So
I kind of want you to describe this weirdo's paradise. I'm kind of stuck on that thought in terms of what this looks like.
I just think that maybe I could interject for Q. I just think this is prime time for the liar. That's what it really is. It's prime time for the liar. You can create a facade and no one can really fact check you because they're scared. That being said, a true relationship is built off of honesty, is built off of vulnerability. And the fact of the matter is some narcissist can actually prey on that and exploit your feelings for X amount of time until you get there. It is wrong. It's definitely hard, but that's what he's talking about. Somebody is like, oh, this is my moment. I'm going to just get as much people as I can, specifically virtual chat. You could literally virtual chat with anybody all the time, right? So
I was about to say.
You could have 4 or 5 dates back to back to back to back to back, and nobody knows.
Yeah. It really sounds like you guys are punishing creativity, because if...
This is not creative. I'm telling you, this has been done before. Even if you meet on a regular dating app before, I'm sure you video chatted. I'm sure you Skyped. Skype has been around for years. Breaking news. So it's not something new. It's not necessarily as creative as you think it is. I think it's just doing what you could. That you already had available to you. You want to be creative? Hit me with romantic music.
Oh, for God's sake.
This doesn't even fit. So cute. If I get a Zoom video and I get a dope background on, I got my one nice watch, I get my glasses on, I look real nice. You're punishing me for putting together, like, that's what we do on the first date. I'm gonna make myself look incredible, and then you just gotta love me for me once you find out I'm not really me.
That's terrible, bruh.
First off, why are you changing your Zoom background, bro? We know you ain't in San Francisco. Get that bridge off the back, all right? What you need to do is have your regular background and be like Q and show your house.
There you go.
That's what it is.
There you go. And no one needs to know that I don't have bottoms on. That's my business.
Oh.
Business on the top, party on the bottom. That's how I intend most of my work meetings.
Actually, I do have one more thing that I wanted to say about this. It was kind of interesting as we talked about this virtual chat. I read a story about, I mean, they've clearly gone past the whole virtual dating thing. A lady wrote a blog about how she's in an open relationship and she's quarantined with her ex-husband, his boyfriend, her partner, and a roommate. And then she just wrote a story about like what her life is like. So I thought that's probably one of the more interesting things in terms of a quarantine lifestyle.
I'm sorry, how many people are in this relationship you stated?
All right, so I will recall it is open relationship, quarantine, ex-husband, his boyfriend, her partner, and a roommate, just to sprinkle that in.
So that's 5 people in total?
Yeah.
Too many people.
Oh, thanks for clearing that up. That's
Too many people.
If I was quarantined with my ex-wife, I would wait till she fell asleep. And wait, do people listen to this? Let me just stop there.
Yeah, let's.
I thought you were going with you were going to tuck her in. That's where I was going.
No, it would absolutely not. It would be a definite Law and Order situation.
All right, since Q is confessing to a potential crime, I think this is a perfect time to end the episode. Courtney, what should the people do?
Actually, we got words from a special guest. Pass it over to her.
Hey, this is Terry Tobin, and I'm going to be joining the fellas on the bonus episode, so come check us out.
Thank you. We're really excited about that. Check us out for our bonus episode. It's actually out right now. We'll be getting to some really, really interesting topics, exciting new format, debating the greatest basketball player of all time and some other interesting topics. Please subscribe, write us a review, hit us on Instagram at Bruh It's a Podcast. We really look forward to...
Yo, Courtney, you're talking way too much. Terry, sing us out.
Bruh, 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 bruh. It's a podcast.